What is up, everybody? This is Eric, the one and only Bear Collector, and today I am doing my December 2024 video game haul, my final haul of the year. Well, basically, you can say it's part of November because there were a lot of games that I didn't get in November that I got after I did the video up until now. So you can say it's the November/December 2024 video game haul. And yes, I bought a ton of games during November. And I bought a ton of games during December. So I have a lot to show you guys. A lot of things that I got for Christmas, as well as a lot of digital downloads. So I'll try my best to get everything done within a shortest amount of time on the video. I don't like doing long videos, but sometimes they drag on, unfortunately. So I apologize. So anyways, let's get started. First game, one of the games that I got digital download for the PS5 is Zenless Zone Zero for the PS5. And this was a free download that's available right now on the console. And it's basically a hack and slash action adventure game where you go investigating some events that are going on in the city. There's there's something that pops up out of the blue that there's a bunch of scavengers out there. Well, not scavengers, a bunch of investigators that are going around to a certain zone in the city to investigate that's dangerous. So it's a hack and slash game that you take control of several characters, and it was quite fun. I played it for a little bit and I found it entertaining. So yeah, so that's one of the games. Let me get this out of the way. And let's get started with the next thing that I got, which was a Nintendo Switch download. And as you can see right here is Willy's Wonderland, the game for the Nintendo Switch. This one is a beat 'em up based on the movie of Willy's Wonderland. I never knew that game existed, and I had just recently, not long ago, watched the movie for myself after having it on my list to watch and finally getting the time to do so. And it's a really fun movie. I really enjoyed it. I kind of liked it better than Five Nights at Freddy's. So I thought it was pretty cool, and to find out that there was a video game linked to it, I was like, heck yeah. And then my son played it, Logan played it, and he thought it was really fun, and he said kind of got like a few bosses out of the way, but then he stopped playing it. I haven't played it yet, so he said it was good. So that's the only one for the Nintendo Switch. Let me go ahead and turn this off because I got several games I got on the Steam. So let me pull that out. And here are the games that I got in the Steam. And please forgive me, I'll try my best to describe them. One of the games is called Ascender. This one's basically an RPG, I believe. You can always go to this. The cool thing about this is that I can always go to the game info and find out what it's about. It's a 2D explorative puzzle Metroidvania. Sorry, it's a Metroidvania. That's right. And it's like an open world game. This one caught my attention on it. Let me see if I can go to the page, store page. And yeah, there it is, Ascender. So yeah. So you get puzzles to solve. And it looks pretty interesting. I won't play the videos, but it caught my attention. And it was going on sale for really cheap. And I got it. You control this little... Oh, yeah, this is the one. You control, like, this little junker robot. It reminded me of Wall-E. That these persons... I forgot the name of these individuals. I think the little girl's name was Ocean, or... Forgot. They're in there, and they send the robot out to explore the surface. So it's a very interesting game. So that one is one of them. Let's see. The other one is called Cyber... Oh, my goodness. Cyber Hunt. I forgot what this one was about. Let's go to the game info. It's a random generated twin stick shooter. Is this the one? Because I bought one that had like 3 games in one. Let me go to the store page. Is this part of it? No, this is a different one. So it's a twin stick shooter. It kind of reminds me of Asteroids, the way that it looks. So it looks interesting. So yeah. And then, oh, okay, this one, Downwell. This one is a 2D platformer, retro style platformer. You actually go down a well and you're trying to go as deep down below as you can. And it's kind of like a roguelike. So you would eventually go to the well, go down a certain set of meters, and if you die, you start over in certain areas, and but you get to keep some of the special power ups in some cases to make you go further down the well. And this is a game I was looking for a while. This one I bought a Steam key for really cheap on eBay. Love is Dead. This one is basically a 2D. Sorry, this one's basically it is a. It's not a 2D puzzler. It's a. Okay, so is this the one? Yeah, it's a puzzle game. But is it the one I'm thinking about? Yes, it is. So basically, you go around the screen and you gotta unite with your lover in the other end of the puzzle grid. So this one's pretty cool. This one's fun, but it gets crazy. But yep. So this one is the one I was thinking about. It's just the storyline was funny. Now Pankapoo was a free game. This one is a 2D platformer, a free game that came out in the available in the Steam this month of December, and you were able to buy it. I have this one for the Switch. It's a side scroller, so I got it for free. So might as well, ended up getting it. Now this one here, Planes, Bullets, and Vodka. It's a set of small. Okay, so I believe yes, these 4 games right here. So Planes, Bullets, and Vodka is a mini top-down bullet hell shooter. This one is called, forgot the name of it because the space. Sorry, reading it wrong. Razortron 2000 is a racing game, like an overhead racing game, simplistic. This one is Rock and Roll Defense. Basically, this one you set up is kind of like you set up speakers to get people in the crowd and people going to your concert. And this final one is no, is this part of the? No, not that one. So those 3 came together. There was another 4th game, and it's not this one. Rim 9000. What is it? God, I can't read it. Rim 9000 is actually a space shooter. So this one I bought separately, but part of the other 3 games that I said, so it's like a hyperkinetic space shooter. So it's kind of like very, I'll show you this one. Yeah, it's kind of like this one is the bullet. It's also a bullet hell. So, but it has more color and more storyline to it. So that's that one. The other game, I forgot the other game, the final game of the 4 games, because I bought them as a bundle. Let me see. It was Cyberhunt. Sorry, Cyberhunt was part of it. So never mind. Let's keep going. And then this one. Which one is this one? Space Pilgrim Academy Reunion. This one is like an adventure, a point and click game. This one I do remember. So basically, you go to you're looking for your mother, and so you're trying to solve, the circumstances about that. And it's basically a point and click adventure game. So yeah, I believe this one was no, it was cheap. It was for sale, so I did buy it. So it's kind of like an adventure overhead game. You mostly do a lot of talking and exploration to get clues as to the whereabouts of your mom. So that's that one. And let's see what other ones. Oh, and then the last one, the Universe for Sale. So I thought, okay, so those are all it. Yeah, okay, so that's it. So Universe for Sale. This one's actually an adventure point and click game. I also bought it on I bought it on eBay for cheap, the key. So you just go around and you mysterious. Okay, so you gotta. Oh, it's about a cult. Okay. So are you buying the universe? Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so let me show you how the game looks like. It's kind of like a adventure exploration style game. Very similar to the one the Space Quest one with the girl trying to find her mom, but it's a little bit more point and clicky. Better graphics on there. So yeah, those were my download games of the month of December. Let me turn this bad boy out because I don't want to waste the battery. And that is it for digital downloads. Now, to begin the games that I got physically. Give me 1 second. So that's that. So in November, there were a bunch of games like I mentioned earlier that I was supposed to get, but I didn't get. I didn't get them fast enough to show you in the last haul. So I had to show you in the December haul, this haul. So for one of the games that should have arrived in November is Elebits for the Wii. Now this is an adventure. It's like an overhead adventure game. Now I was playing the DS one many years ago, but I stopped playing it in the middle of the game. This one's a little different than the DS version, I believe. And it's basically an adventure game where you go with these little creatures, and each creature has a specific power, and you solve puzzles to get through. So that's that one. Then I bought Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles for the Wii. This one's more of a rail shooter based on Resident Evil. I never played this one, and they say that this one's pretty interesting. So I bought a couple of rail shooters. I've been wanting to play a lot of those games. So that style of game, I missed having not being able to use the light gun in old school games. So the next couple of games I got, the first one I got a PS Vita game, Child of Light, for the PS Vita, and this one is an kind of like a 2D side scrolling RPG. I played it before and I beat it, but I wanted to get the cartridge because I really enjoyed this game. And I don't know if there's a difference between the one that I played. The one that I played was I want to say it's on the PS3. So this one's the Vita version of it. And then I bought this other Vita game called Freedom Wars, which is, I believe it's an RPG adventure game for the Vita. Got that one as well. And they weren't that expensive, so they were pretty good. Next game was a game that I was looking for quite some time. And I thought I didn't beat it, but apparently I beat this game, but I don't remember it as much. But it's a game that I wanted to always play again, and that is Dragon Warrior 8. Dragon Quest 8, not Dragon Warrior. It's the same thing, but that's the more proper name is Dragon Quest now for the PS2. Got myself a pretty decent copy because this game, it won't cost you a lot of money, but it's more expensive than not. So I got myself that copy, and I wanted to give it a shot because I could have sworn I beat it, but I guess I did, but I don't remember it. And that one is, of course, a traditional RPG game. The next one I got for the PS4 is Code. The name is funny. Code Realized Bouquet of Rainbows for the PS4. Now this game is 2 games in one. It's Code Realize. Let me see what I can say. It's I think Code Realize Rebirth, and then Code. Man, I can't read it. I'm blind. Let me see. It's 2 games in one. And it just shows you how to play. Wow, what a weird looking manual. It's 2 games, but one of them I own for the Vita. The other one is its sequel, and I don't own that one, and it goes for a lot more money. Let me see if I can see right here. Man, it's kind of fuzzy. I can't make it out. Yes, but anyways, it's the sequel to it. I owned the first part, but not the sequel. So yeah, and it wasn't it was cheaper getting it that way than buying them individual. So might as well get that 2 in 1. Next one is a game that I've known for many years, but I've never played it, and it's Sleeping Dogs for the PS3 complete copy. This one's basically, it says kind of like a beat 'em up action game, kind of similar to Grand Theft Auto. But yeah, I've never played it, and it's a game I've always been interested in. So yeah, so it's like an action adventure beat 'em up style, Grand Theft Auto, a la Grand Theft Auto style, from what they say. So yeah, this next one is a game that had caught my eye for many months now, and I finally got a copy, and that's Pix the Cat for the PS4. It's a limited run game. Bought the card separate as well for it. Didn't pay much for the card because I got to deal with a couple more cards, and you'll see soon. And basically this one is kind of like you can say it's kind of like a Pac-Man arcade puzzle game. It's a little bit different. So yeah, and I saw gameplay of it, and it kind of caught my attention for that one. So yeah. Next one is a game that I've known about, that I thought I owned, but I never did own, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2. I got myself a complete copy for the Xbox One. Basically, the Grand Theft Auto, the cowboy version of Grand Theft Auto, another one, and I got a complete yeah, I got a complete copy with the maps and everything. So, and it's 2 discs. You'll see that there's like the second disc. I never knew that until I was researching it. And good thing I was about to buy one with 1 disc. So I got the whole game, and I can't wait to play this one. A couple of more interesting games that I got. Super rare games is Crowns and Pawns, Kingdom of Deceit for the Nintendo Switch. And basically is a super rare game. I'm collecting these. Now, one of the cool things about this one, that it's an adventure game where she ends up getting she ends up becoming the heir to a kingdom or something like that. I forgot what the story goes, and it's kind of like you gotta build on where she lives and find out what's going on, because they're kind of trying to get rid of her. I want to say maybe I got my story twisted, and please comment down below. But I know that it's kind of like she gets like either an inheritance or inherits like a kingdom. She becomes like the new queen or the princess or something. But it has a very interesting storyline. I just can't remember quite if I'm putting it together. The game fascinated me, but yeah, got that one. And then I won a bid for a game that I used to own on the GameCube, and I regret not having it anymore. I don't know what I probably traded it in many years ago, but it's Resident Evil 2 for the PS1. Both discs, the Leon and the Claire disc. And this is one of my all-time favorite Resident Evil games thus far. And I love it. And maybe I should play it as Leon, because I believe I beat the game as Claire, but I didn't beat it as Leon. So, yeah, very interesting. Speaking of Resident Evil, we got more Resident Evil. And that is the game that I got. I just tried. It feel like it was 2 games, but it was only 1. Resident Evil Archives Resident Evil for the Wii. Now, this one is the first part of Resident Evil. And I used to own it back in the days for the PS1, but owning it for the Wii, it's all right with me. I don't remember beating it. I don't think I beat it in a good ending or anything like that. But I got it for the Wii, and I didn't pay a lot for it, so that's pretty cool. And then the next game that I got was SpongeBob's Atlantis SquarePants for the PS2. Now, this game is an adventure game with SpongeBob. I don't know quite what you got to do in this game, but I know my son was interested in it, so I got it for him to play one day. So feel free to comment below if you guys know what this game is about. And yeah, and it came in a Xbox One case, so that's pretty cool. And then the next game is a game that has caught my attention and that I've known about for a while, and I'm pretty happy to get it, because I got it with the case in the game, but not the manual, and that's Ghost Rider for the PS2. Now, this one is a action beat 'em up based on the superhero Ghost Rider, but it's an all new story. So very interesting for this one to play. This is one that I've always wanted to play before. So yeah, got that one. And then next, I got this one game, another limited run game with the card, Double Dragon 4 for the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is the continuation to the I guess 1, 2, and 3 on the NES from the back in the days. Got the card. It's pretty cool. And I didn't know I had a digital copy of it for the Nintendo Switch, but that's cool, so that we don't have to open this one. And it's basically the continuation beat 'em up action game. So yeah, based on Double Dragon. Really cool. And then this one's very interesting. It's another limited run game. Well, it's not a limited run game, but it's distributed by Limited Run, and it's called Brass Presents Volume 1, and it's 2 games in 1. And the games that I have is Spirit Sphere DX and Scale Boy. Now, Scale Boy was a game that I wanted to get on the Nintendo Switch download. But it comes here, 2 games in 1. Now, the interesting thing is that it came with a manual. I didn't know. I thought the game had the manual in there. It doesn't look like it does. So I guess the manual was given. The manual was given as a special edition to the game. So that's pretty interesting. So I got it, and that's pretty cool. Now, moving right along. Let's see on my little guide of notes that I have here. The next set of games that I got was Quarth for the Game Boy. Now, I remember mentioning this, that I used to own Quarth. I never did. I probably played it on an emulator, but I never owned the... when I bought the Famicom version of Quarth. And I never owned this one. So, yeah. So, really good copy of it. It's not an expensive game to own, but it's a very fun one. So, yeah. Puzzle shooter. And the next game that I got is House of the Dead Overkill for the Wii. Now, this one is a real shooter based on House of the Dead. And I got it for a good deal, and I'm very excited to play this one. I know I've played other House of the Dead games when I had the Dreamcast back in the days. When the first phase of my Dreamcast ownership, I had the House of the Dead, I think it was 2. But yeah, looking forward to playing this one. Next game that I got, another interesting game, Spawn Armageddon for the PS2. This is another one of the Spawn games that I wanted to play ever since I saw the Spawn movie. And I really got into it because they say that these games are very unique. I want to say this one is a beat-em-up action-adventure game. Not quite like the Super Nintendo game of it. It's more of a 3D action-adventure one. So I'm looking forward to playing that one. And then, of course, a game that is super cheap to buy, Link's Crossbow Training for the Wii. Now, I kept the card of the person that I bought it from, and I'll send them the props. Gamers Reality, I love the card. It's a thank you card. So definitely really cool. I loved it. So yeah, kept that one. Cost me like a couple of bucks. Very cheap game. And then this one is a game that I didn't know existed until I kind of stumbled upon it one night. And that is Carmen Sandiego, The Secret of the Stolen Drums for the PS2. And the interesting thing about this one is that it's an action platform adventure game. So yeah, based on the Carmen Sandiego cartoon, because I remember they did the game show, then they did the cartoon like in the late 90s, early 2000s. So I guess this game is based on that. So yeah, and the cartoons weren't that bad either. I used to enjoy those. Another limited run distributed game, Thea the Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. Came complete with the manual. This one is like an exploration game, adventure, RPG, strategy game. So yeah, seemed very interesting when I saw it. They said that it has a little bit of a learning curve, but all in all, it's a fun game. So I want to give it a shot. Another limited run game, and this is one that I'm very excited to own, and that's River City Girls Zero for the Nintendo Switch. This is kind of like a 3D. It's like a 3D. Sorry, 3D. It's like a 2D old school beat 'em up style. A little bit based on, of course, on the River City Girls games, because the River City Girl game, even though it's a 2D game, it seems more polished, and this one seems more like an old school game. And I guess this was the game that was supposed to come out back in the days I never did. So yeah, and I got the little card for it. So yeah, really cool. This is a cool one. And then another limited run game. This is another game that I was looking into for a long time. Kingdom New Lands for the Nintendo Switch. This one is a 2D game based, kind of like I'm trying to focus there. Let me see if that focuses, guys. Sorry. The image seems kind of weird. Anyways, it's a 2D side-scrolling exploration game, RPG. Came with the card. Sorry, this is another card. So, yeah, and it came with a different cover, which is interesting. So, yeah, really cool game. I want to give this one a shot. One of the early limited run games, number 7. And then another limited run game for the PS4, Rocket Birds Evolution 2. This one is like a 2D side-scrolling shooter style game, and I also got the card for it too. Remember I told you guys that I got a bunch of cards, you know, for a good price. These are it, you know. So yeah, this one is a sequel to an Rocket Birds. Basically, this one is a platformer. I want to say it may be similar to games like Contra and was Gunstar Heroes, but not quite. So yeah. So interesting. Yep, got that one. Moving right along. I got not NFL 2K3. They gave me the cover for it, but Spawn, the Eternal for the PS1. Another Spawn game, another action adventure beat 'em up game, but on the PS1. They're all different games. I thought they were all similar or the same, but no, they're actually quite different. So I'm planning to do videos on these in the future because these are very interesting games that I want to check out. But yeah, but I didn't get NFL 2K3, but I got the game. Another game that I got, Tin Hearts for the PS5. This one was going really cheap in Walmart during Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving sale, and it's basically like a platformer adventure game, very based on, I want to say it's kind of similar to Lemmings from what it looks like, because it's like a puzzle platforming adventure game. I don't know if I'm wrong, but it caught my attention. I was gonna get the PS4 version that vamps it up to the PS5, but I said might as well just get the PS5 one. So yeah. And then, of course, legendary game right here that I want to give a shot now that I got really into when I watched the movie as of the making of this video a couple of days ago, that I loved it, that my family loved. Borderlands 2 for the Xbox 360. Now, this game is the sequel to Borderlands. Now, I don't own... I'm a spoil it a little bit. I don't own the other Borderland games before it, but this is a start, and it came with the manual complete. So definitely looking forward to playing these games because they're first-person shooters. So yeah, very interesting on this one. I can't wait to play that one. And then this one is another one that I've known about. I've known the game separately, but they came in a 3-pack collection edition that was a really good price, and I really want to play these. And it's called the Journey Collector's Edition. It has 3 games in one. It has Flower, Journey, and then it has, I forgot the other one. What's it called? Is it Echo or Flow? Flower, Journey, and Flow. Man, let me see the manual. Yeah, very interesting. It's Journey. Let me see. Okay, the manual's interesting though. If I can show you the manual. It's a very interesting manual. So, game. Okay. Okay. Weird. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, it's Flow, Journey. I want to say it's called Flower, Flow, and Journey. I don't know, but anyways. Yeah, because this is Flower, Journey. Yeah, it is Flow. I think it is Flow. Anyways, spending too much time on that. But these are very relaxing platformer games that I've always wanted to try. I remember back in the days when I lived in San Diego, one of my ex-brother-in-law's friends was playing either Flower or Journey. And as weird as it looked during that time, I really wanted to play it. So, yes. And then the final game from the November pile is Revenge of the Bird King for the PS4. This is supposedly a limited run game. It'll say it somewhere right here. Oh, man, I wish I could focus. It'll say somewhere right there, limited run. I saw the thing, but it's right there, limited run games. One of the early ones. So, yes, this one is a platformer. Action platformer. So yes, that is it for the November pile. Jesus Christ. And it's already 30 minutes. Let's get started on the December pile. First game that I got for December, for the actual month of December. It is Mirror's Edge. Can't even talk. Mirror's Edge for the PS3. This one is an action platformer a la what does my son call it? Oh my goodness, I can't even think anymore because I'm going ahead of myself in my brain. It is a parkour style game. And it's a very the storyline is basically, you know, you're a runner who has uncovered something, and they're after her, and so she's trying to get away. I have Mirror's Edge 2, the sequel, which is why I bought this one. So looking forward to playing that one. Another limited run game, well, distributed, that I got, called The Wine, which is it is a very interesting game. I got it used. It's called Hard Tills the Wine. So it's a first person point and click adventure. After the Devil's Fever pandemic ravages a picturesque Mediterranean island, the abandoned city becomes a breeding ground for horrific nightmares. Oh, ooh, very interesting. Post-pandemic. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, this one's gonna be interesting. So yeah, I knew it was a point and click horror game, but I got it because it was going for a deal. So got that one, and then another one that I bought a sequel before, but I got the first one is Gundam Battle Assault for the PS1. This one I have part 2. I bought it prior, and now I got part 1 for it. So I want to play both, and these are action beat 'em up style games with the Gundam universe. So looking forward to that. Now I bought I bought 2 games on sale on Amazon. And one of the games that I got is the Karate Kid Street Rumble. This is basically a beat 'em up style game. This one reminds me a lot of River City Ransom. So it's a little bit different. So it's like it's a Karate Kid Street Rumble. I guess I don't know what the difference is between the other ones, because I have the other ones based on the shows that just came out recently. So I wonder if it's based by Cobra Kai. Okay. Okay, so it's basically a little mix, so it might be a little bit different. This one's another interesting one that I got because it was going for really, really cheap. And it's Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition. And this one is a 3D action adventure hack and slash game. I really don't know what this one's about, but looking at the images, it kind of caught my attention. So I guess he's getting revenge. So someone's getting revenge over the death of the king. So you're a blacksmith. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this one's gonna be interesting. So yeah. Next one that I got was one that they claim that it might be cool and might not be, and I've always heard of it, but I never played it. It's Iron Man Exo Man of War, heavy metal for the PlayStation. This one is a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up platformer style game, and I've always been interested in this one, and I've always seen it throughout the years, but I never really played it. So looking forward to this one. Now, one night that I was awake really late at night and I couldn't sleep, I was looking for games on eBay, and I stumbled across a couple of games that were going for about $1 each, and I said okay, and one of the games was Speed Racer, the video game for the Wii. Now this one's based on the Speed Racer movie that came out in the 2000s, the one with John Goodman and whatnot. So I really want to play this one. They say that it's kind of like a give or take on this game. So it's a racing game. So I'm going to see for myself to see how this one goes. The next one is a game that I've known about for a while. And I know that there's about 3 games based on this particular franchise, which is Casper. Casper Spirit Dimensions. I have one that's Casper All Across the World for the PS1, and that's a platformer. Then you have this one, and then you have the Game Boy ones. There's another one I want to say, but this one is the one that's interesting. That's an overhead adventure game, like a Zelda style game. So yeah, Got it for really cheap as well. And then the next one was one that they said that it's a very tough game to play. And that is Blazing Angels for the Wii. They say that they say that actually in the Wii this one plays better than in other versions of other consoles. So it's a shooter, it's an airplane shooter based in World War II, I believe, I want to say. So this one caught my attention since it's World War II stuff. So to me it's interesting. So yeah, and then the other one that I got was American Chopper for the PS2. Now, I remember I used to see, way back in the days, I used to see the show. It's based on the show of that father and son, the father and his sons that build motorcycles, choppers. But they used to always get into arguments and stuff. So this one is actually like, I guess it's a racing game with your chopper that you get to customize and build. I've always seen this one. This one was always like a budget game, and I got it for like $1. So yeah, that's that. And then this game I've been looking for quite some time. A game that I've always wanted to play, but was too expensive. And then I finally found it for really cheap. And that's Clockwork Knight for the Sega Saturn. This one is I believe this one is a 2D side-scrolling platformer. Based on a little, one of those I don't know if it's a Nutcracker soldier that you control, but it's a platformer. And this one always fascinated me for the Saturn, and finding Saturn games for really cheap that are decent and good is really hard. So I got this one for a really good price. So yes, and then the next one is a Japanese PS3 game. I want to say I think this one is you can select English though, and it's One Piece Pirates. I think this is the One Piece Kaizu Musu. Sorry if I chopped it up, but it's the one that's Pirates. I don't know if it translates to One Piece Pirates Adventure or something Pirates Curse. I don't know, but it's a One Piece game that's an action adventure game. And I've always wanted to play it, but it only came out in Japan. But I want to say that this one might be in English. I think there might be a selection to, or it has like English subtitles. So yeah, interested in that one. And then this is another one that I don't know how the hell I won this one. This one in particular, it was a game that I thought I wasn't going to win, and I ended up winning. Believe it or not, and I got it for really cheap, and it's brand new, and it's Bravely Second End Layer. Now I've been wanting to own the original sorry if I said Bravely. So I've been wanting to own the original Bravely because I owned the one for the Nintendo Switch, and then this one is supposed to be like the sequel that everybody was disappointed about, but I got a brand new sealed copy of it. So I won it really cheap on a bid. So, yep, a lot of these games I got really cheap on bids. The next one is a game. Now, tell me in the comments below if you guys think that this game came out or not on the Switch. I could have sworn it came out on the Switch, but I guess it never did. And that is Detective Pikachu for the 3DS. And this is a game I've always wanted to buy. And it's based on, of course, on the movie. I don't know if it's based on the movie Detective Pikachu, but it's his own adventure. And I could have sworn this game was on the Switch. I was looking for this game on the Switch for a really long time until finally I found out that it was a 3DS game. So I used to come across it, but then it was kind of the price was kind of meh. And then I finally found it for really cheap. And then the next game is another game that was interesting that I learned about. That it's a monster fighting game, action game, and that's War of the Monsters for the PS2. They want to say that this is kind of like the answer to Godzilla, like a Godzilla style game. So it caught my attention, and I got it for a really good price. And then the next one is for the PS2. Now this game I've heard about it before in the past. But it was a game that I had forgotten, and it's PK Out of the Shadows for the PS2. Got a complete copy. It's a beat 'em up action game based on the PK Donald Duck superhero cartoon series. I remember it. I want to say I remember it during that time. But yeah, I got myself a complete copy, and it looks very interesting. So yeah. Now, this is one thing right here. I bought I won a bid of several PSP Japan games. But the cool thing is that I got it for really cheap. Excuse me. The bad thing is that I had a couple of repeats. So, let me see. So this one wasn't a repeat, and it's Monster Hunter 2G Portable for the PSP. Now I hear that this game is pretty. I don't know about. I know it came out in English, but anyways, it's based on the Monster Hunter world, and yeah, got one copy of that one. Then I got Monster Hunter 3, which I got several copies of it. Let me see how many I got. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 3 copies of Monster Hunter 3 for the PSP Japanese edition. Got the next one that I got is Winning 11-9. Okay, it's Winning 11-9, 10, 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013. So those games, 10. Okay, so there are a few. So this is Winning 11-9, 09, Winning 11-10, and then I got Winning 11-2011, and then 2012 and 2013. These I got one of each, and these are baseball games. So these are baseball games. So yeah. Got those. What else did I get? Yeah, sorry guys, I'm trying to be fast because, yeah, I don't want to, I'm running already. It's already 40 minutes into the video, and I want to go a little bit quicker. So the next one is, sorry if I butcher this, is Pro Yaku Spirits 2010, 11, and 12. So let me see, because these are all the same, 2010. So these are the 2010. I got 3 of Pro Yaku Spirits 2010. Then I got 2011. I got that one. 2011. And then I got one of 2012. Another set of baseball games. Now, I don't know if one of these games that I have here lets you customize like players or something. But anyways, moving along, I got Geki Sengoku Musu. This one is, I forgot which game is this one. I think I want to say this is Dynasty Warriors. Please correct me down below. Anyways, this is the Japanese version of it. So yeah, this one was pretty interesting on that one. This one is Kazoo. I don't know what the heck is this. It's a Sudoku game, and it's called Kazoo. The next one is Yiku Powerful Pro Yaku 2010, which is a baseball game. I guess it's based with like younger characters. I don't know if I have it wrong. Yeah, it's like that. I don't know. So yeah, and then the next one that I got was Let's Create a Pro Soccer Club 7. So this is the one that you create your own soccer club. This one right here. That's what I heard. That's the one. And then, of course, EQ Powerful Pro Yaku 11. Another baseball game, which is like, I guess, a continuation of the other one. And then this one is Sony PSP Golf. 2, I think? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but that's what it is. And I bought all of these for like a really, really low price. And to me, they were good, you know, just to give them a shot to vamp up my PSP collection. It's going to be interesting with these. But anyways, let me hurry right along. Put these guys to the side somewhere. Next game. Now, next set of games. Let me see. I don't want to drop. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see. Okay. So, next set of games. Now, right now, I'm watching an anime that my girlfriend showed me that I really got into, and it's very interesting. And they have several games based on that anime. And this one is called Card Captor Sakura. Can't even pronounce it. Card Captor Sakura Cloud Card Magic for the PS1. This one's basically like an action arcade game where it's kind of like an endless, like a runner style, where you go. Basically, the series is about a little girl named Sakura who opens up a magic book by mistake and releases these cards, and now she has to go on a quest to retrieve the cards, and each card gives her certain powers. And along the way, she has the help from the scepter and a little magical dude, like this little magical guy. My girlfriend actually coincidentally had the plush of that one, and he helps her out as well as her best friend, which makes her little costumes and everything when she goes on missions. And it's a very good anime. So far I haven't finished watching it yet, so yes. And this one's the arcade version of it, which is kind of like a shooter style where you shoot the cards and try to collect the different cards. So yeah, so I got that one. And of course, this is a game I've been looking for quite some time. Of course, this is a reproduction, and that is Zelda: The Ocarina of Time. I have it on the 3DS, but I wanted the original game because I feel like playing it on the original software. We'll see how I play it, but this is a game that it's been one of those games that I've always wanted to get into, but it's been really hard to do so. So yeah, so hopefully, I'll get into that one. And then the next one is Legaia 2 for the PS2. I used to own Legend of Legaia, and it was a fun RPG. And this is its sequel. So very interested in playing this one and see how it goes. The interesting with this one is that the commands that you press when you do battles, when you do the random battles, you do certain commands that you do certain action moves, kind of like a fighting game. So this is interesting on that one. Then, finally, I've been looking for this game for quite some time, and I finally got it, and I finally got Bravely Default for the 3DS. This is the one that I've been looking for a long, long time, and I could never find it until finally I found one that was okay in price, and decided to get it. So, yes, now I have all the Bravely games thus far. And then the next ones I went to my local GameStop because early in the month, I wanted to waste my points and everything. And of course, I didn't pay the price that's on the sticker. And I hate what they do. And it is Funko Fusion for the PS5. My son and I have been wanting to play this one where you play different Funko characters as an adventure game. Kind of reminds me of Lego Dimensions in a way. But we thought that you could use different Funkos to play different characters. But no, you buy a specific Funko that's a Fusion Funko at the store, and it gives you a code for that character. So it's a little bit different. But all in all, a game that I've been wanting to play because it has a lot of Back to the Future. So it has a lot of cool characters that I want to play, with. And my son does too. So very interesting in this one. Did not pay that price though. And then the next game, another Card Captor Sakura game. This one is called Anime Tick Story Game 1 Card Captor Sakura for the PS1. It's not new, but it's complete. It's sealed, used. Really cool game. This one's based on the first season of Card Captor Sakura, and it's an adventure game. And I just heard that there's an English patch for this one that came out not long ago. So yeah. Really, really looking forward to playing these Card Captor games for sure. And then, of course, I ordered a couple of more games on Amazon because some of them were on sale, kinda. But one game that I've been waiting all year for, and that is Rugrats Adventures in Gameland for the Nintendo Switch. Another limited run release distributed game. This one's a 2D side-scrolling platformer based on the Rugrat characters. I guess you get to control different ones. So definitely was waiting for this one. I was about to put money aside to put it aside. It was supposed to be released in August, but got pushed back. And not only that, I wish I could have gotten the collector's edition because the collector's edition had a little Reptar plush. So that would have been cool, but unfortunately, by the time I wanted to order it, they were all out. So, got to do with what I can, and I got this one. So, yes, Definitely waiting. That was one of my anticipated games to get of the year. The next one is a game that I've wanted to get for a while too, but decided not to until finally I did. And that is Addams Family Mansion Mayhem for the Nintendo Switch. This one's basically an adventure 3D platformer. And I saw reviews for it and it looks very interesting, which is based on the new Addams Family cartoon that I thought it was pretty cool. And looking forward to playing this one because I love the Addams Family. So definitely want to see how this one goes. And of course, another game that I've been anticipated throughout the year that I've been trying to get that has not dropped in price, but finally it did somewhat. RoboCop Rogue Legacy for the PS5. And unfortunately, I can hear the game loose inside. So I gotta be very careful. This one is a 3D shooter based on RoboCop, which is a new story. So yes, looking forward to playing this one. People say it's not all that great, but it's a very sought after game. And for some reason, the price wasn't dropping as much until just recently. And then I bought another game for on Amazon as well. And this one I didn't know about, and this one looks very interesting. It's called Retro Films Double Feature Halloween and Ash of the Evil Dead for the Nintendo Switch, and it comes with cards. It says right there, it says includes exclusive Retro Realms trading cards. And it's not two games in one. It's two characters that you can, well, it is two games. Okay, Ash and the Evil Dead and Halloween. And they're 2D side-scrolling platformer games, and they look really, really cool. So I never knew about this one until recently. So yeah, looking forward for that one. And then as far as rare games go, I was looking for a specific rarity game out there and found it. And this one is for the Famicom, and it's called Maharaja for the Famicom. This one's basically a point-and-click adventure game. There's a translation patch for it that I want to try, and the game looked very, very unique. And the game reminded me a lot of Spellcaster for the Sega Master System. So I want to see how this one goes. Hopefully, if it's the same as Spellcaster, and just for the Nintendo, it's gonna be an interesting game. But it had point-and-click elements on it. So yeah. And then let's move on with the games that we got for Christmas. The Christmas game haul that we got. And that is I got my kids some games. So these are the first few are for my kids. This one's my son that he wanted to get. This one is the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection for the Nintendo Switch. He wanted to play them. Now, I own Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 on the PS2, but Metal Gear Solid 1 for the PS1 has been a very hard game it's an expensive game to own right now. It's not that cheap. You can find cheaper copies, but this one went really cheap, so I told my son, get it. I said, you can have it for yourself. So I wonder if this is the first volume 1, because there's more Metal Gear Solid games. But he got this one, so yeah. Then I bought my daughter this one, and we played it this last weekend. And it's Barbie Groom and Glam Pups for the Wii. She liked it. It's basically Nintendogs made with Barbie, but a little bit less. I think Nintendogs was more solid. But it wasn't that, I played it with her and it wasn't that bad, but it was like, it's all right. There's an interesting story out there that the 3DS version is very rare. And I never knew that. The Wii and the DS versions are really, 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 really cheap. But that 3DS version is very rare. So if you have a 3DS version of this game, you have a rare game right there in your hands. And then speaking of the Barbmeister, we got Barbie Dreamhouse Adventures for my daughter for the Switch. Now, this is a game that she plays a lot in her iPad. So, because the iPad has all those unlockables, you have to pay for it. Told my girlfriend, let's just get her the game, and it was going for a really cheap price. And that way she can play it, So yeah, pretty much pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. I played that one with my daughter, so that was cool. And this one I've actually was interested in because, of course, you guys know I'm a big Trolls fan, and that game is Trolls Remix Rescue for the Switch. And this is a game that's going pretty cheap right now. And get this one. This one's really fun for the kids. I actually played it a couple of days ago with my daughter, and I had a lot of fun with it. So it's a really cool game. Yep. A 3D platformer. Really simple for kids and has a rhythm. Certain areas are like rhythm games, so it's pretty cool. And then these couple of games, these two games I got from my mother-in-law. So thank you so much, Irma, for these games, for the wonderful gifts you got me for Christmas. And this one is Super Rare Games, Aerial Knights Never Yield for the Nintendo Switch. Now this one is like a platformer runner game, from what my understanding, but this is one I'm collecting all the super rare games, as many as I can collect. So this is one that I wanted to get, and I thought it was really cool. It wasn't, it's not too bad. So yeah. And then the other one that she gave me was a Kupara collection. So it's a couple of games in one. I don't know what games. Yeah, it has like 2 or 3 games that are like platform. Whispering Willows, Relic Hunters, and then what's the other one? I can't read it. I can't read it because of the card. So it's like 3 games. It's like either 2 or 3 games in one, but it's all those games in that collection, and they're like roguelike adventure games that were pretty interesting. So thank you, Irma, for the gifts. I truly appreciate it. Now these next games my family got for me. First one that I got was Yars Rising for the Nintendo Switch. And this one is a action adventure platformer based on the Yars Revenge Atari game. And of course, they did a new take on it, and it looked very, very interesting. So yes, definitely looking forward to playing this one. Then the next one is another one that I've been wanting to play. I played the Nintendo version, the first part, but kind of gave up on it, and I want to get back to playing it. But I got the sequel, which is Euphoria 2 for the Nintendo Switch. This one is a platformer game, the sequel to Euphoria on the Nintendo and the NES that came out in Europe only. So definitely looking forward to playing this one, but I want to play the other one first. And this is another game, a limited run game, distributed game that I've been wanting to get, and it's Virtual Verse for the Nintendo Switch. Now this one is kind of like a point and click puzzle adventure game, which is, it's an old school cyberpunk point and click. Yeah. So, and it takes place of a technomancers. Okay. So I guess you're trying to get through as a hacker. So interesting one. And then this one. This one's very interesting. Valkyrie Profile 2 for the PlayStation 2. This game right here, this is one that I've known about and I forgot about. I have the one for the PS Vita, which is the sequel after it, I believe. And this is the sequel to Valkyrie Profile. And I thought I owned it, but I never did. And of course, this is a 2D side-scrolling RPG based on Valkyrie Profile. So looking forward to playing that one. And this is another oddity that I discovered not long ago that I put on my wish list, and it's Stretch Panic for the PS2. And it's basically a 3D adventure platformer. And it's considered to be a very weird game as far as the characters and whatnot on it. But it looked a lot of fun. So looking forward to playing that one. And then, of course, I got these stocking stuffers. These two. Well, before I do the stocking stuffers, let me do the other one that I got. Another one for the Wii U collection. Mario Party 10 for the Wii U. And when my son saw this, me and him were like, we got to play it because Mario Party is really fun. So looking forward to playing this one with the kids. And then finally, the stocking stuffers. This was interesting. My girlfriend and my kids got me these. Paperman Adventure Delivered for the PS5, which is a 2D side-scrolling platformer. You're like a mailman. You have to defeat a greedy dragon. Okay, looks very interesting. Really, really cool. So yeah, what does it say? Something about stamps? Post office. Oh, post office. Very interesting. And then this was another one, Wizard with a Gun for the PS5. This one's like a roguelike adventure game. A sandbox survival game. Okay, so looks interesting. So this one reminds me, it kind of gives me the vibes of Minecraft Dungeons. So yeah. And that was the Christmas gifts that I got. And then the next couple of games are games that I just bought that arrived right before I made the video. This was one that I've known about for quite some time for the PS1, and it's called Shooter Starfighter San Vane for the PS1. And this one is basically you get to, it's kind of like an arcade shooter. You gotta clear out a level and then go ahead and keep going and select different routes in the map. But all the meanwhile, your timer right there is your health meter. It can't be running out or else it'll run lower. So very interesting game that I want to play. And then the next one, which I'm planning to do a video on soon, Bobby's World for the SNES. Now, this one, of course, is a reproduction because Bobby's World only came out in Europe. So, yeah. So, I'm not going to say much about this one because I'm planning on doing a video on this one real soon. So, yes. And then I got these next games. Tiny Tina's Wonderland. They were having a sale, buy two, get one free. So I got Tiny Tina's Wonderland for the PS5. This is basically a first-person shooter based on Tiny Tina, the character from Borderlands. So they actually say this is a really fun game, and it looked very interesting. So yes, the next one is Blade Assault for the PS5. Now this one right here is kind of like a roguelike hack and slash 2D platformer. And this one caught my eye. I was going to get the PS4 version when I didn't know that they had a PS5 version on it. So rather get the PS5 version for that one. And then this one. This is the reason why I got the 3 games. Because of this one. Assault Suit Lanos for the PS4. Now this particular game is a 2D side-scrolling platformer slash shooter based on the Sega Genesis game. That I want to say I don't know if I owned it or not. I don't want to say it. But I love playing it, and it was fun. I played it as an emulator, or I owned it at one point for the Genesis. But they made a remaster of it, and boy, do I want to play this one. This one looks really cool. And then finally, I got myself another reproduction for the Sega Genesis, Snow Brothers, Nick and Tom. Of course, they gave me this generic case, but the game, for the Genesis. I believe this one only came out in Europe. Didn't come out in the States. So yeah, looking forward to playing this one. I thought I did play it before, but I never did. So yeah. So those are my games that I got for December. Now on to items that I got. And I got some interesting things. First of all, you guys probably saw it on the last video that I made of Mega Man 8. But I got myself a Dr. Wily figure. These are the Funko release figures that came out about a year or two ago. They released a couple of Mega Man figures, but I wanted Dr. Wily because I have the Mega Man, as you guys saw in the last video that I did. And now, Dr. Wily with Rush, that's perfect. So put this dude right there. Then for Christmas, my sister gave me 2 very unique items. Now, one of them is a Transformer. This Transformer, unfortunately, my sister was laughing because I told her I already owned, but I own a reissue of these, but not the original. And this brings me back to when I was a kid. She gave me one, and it's Kickback. Is that it? Yeah, no. Kickback, yeah, Kickback. Generation 1 Transformer Kickback. One of the Insecticons. And this has to be one of my favorite Insecticons. And as you can see, of course, it's pretty loose. I really, really like it. She got it to me complete. And it feels really good. She got me the instruction manuals for it, as well as the poster. This is very interesting. So she got me that. And, oh, man. Very nice poster. Not a reproduction, an original poster. Very well taken care of. She got that, and of course the text specs with the decoder. Very cool. Very, very cool. So to my sister Nancy, thank you so much for that one. And then she gave me something else that me and her, we were laughing about. Now, back in the days, my very first job was working for Hallmark. And that particular Hallmark had of course, a card section and the gifts and stuff, but it also had a stationery section. And my sister and I used to laugh because a lot of people used to buy these pens. And this is a cross pen that they would buy. And of course, I don't know if she got it to me as a gag because she remembered that we used to laugh that people used to buy these, or because she knows that I now work at an office, and of course I use that. And I don't think I want to take this to the office because then people will be messing with it, or someone might grab it unintentionally and not return it. So it's a cross pen, and it's pretty cool. And it came on the case, and yeah, it's a really, really nice pen. And the interesting thing about these cross pens is that if you open it, you can, let me see, I don't want to break it. Anyways, you twist it, you open it, inside of it has a cartridge that you can refill, so you keep the pen. But yeah, this is neat. So Nancy, thank you so much for the wonderful gifts. This brings back memories. The box is pretty cool. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for these gifts. Very memorable stuff. So I'll put that there. And then finally this weekend I went to Ross and I found this. This is so awesome, guys. I don't buy Funko Pops. I'm not one to buy a lot of Funko Pops, but when I see something interesting, I will buy it, and that is Willow Ufgood from Willow with the baby. Awesome Funko Pop. And now that I saw these, I want to give Matt Mardigan, General Kael, and of course Sorsha. Unfortunately, Bev Morta was in there, and I told my girlfriend, I'm like, man, I wish Bev Morta would have been in there as a figure, but unfortunately not. And then finally, another Transformer. And this one is a Transformers Legacy Evolution G2 Universe Cloud Cover. Part of the Toxicon collection. I might have said it wrong. And I just discovered something interesting. Now, I collect the original G2 Transformers. I have several. And when I saw it, I was kind of thinking to myself, I never seen this one to come out. And I come to discover that particular Transformer was never made. It was actually it was gonna be a reissue or a redeco of Ramjet with the cloud color in there, but it never came out. And there was like a prototype that came out of back in the early 2000s, and so they released it. This one's actually a reissue of another jet, but with the face of a different character. So there you have it. But anyways, guys, these are my stuff, my haul for 2024. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. I hope you guys enjoyed your time with your family and friends and loved ones. Next video coming up, and I'll be saying some quick little updates. The next video coming up, I'm going to be doing the most memorable games of 2024. And trust me, you guys are going to want to watch that because there are several games that I just currently beat that took me years to beat. Aside from there were several games, and I don't want to spoil that because it's going to be an interesting episode nonetheless. But of course, with more video game reviews, I'll probably do some more Transformers reviews as well. But thank you so much, guys, for standing. If you guys lasted this long watching my video from beginning to end, I truly appreciate you guys. I know it's a long video, but I had a lot of things I just wanted to get it out of the way. And I thank you so much for subscribing, for liking our videos. My family also thanks you very much. Lily, a simple mom, Logan from Logan's Toy Box Review, and Lexi from Lexi Toy Box Review as well. We thank you so much for watching our channels, for the support, and please feel free to see their channels as well, my families. I'll leave the links down below for you guys to check them out. I'm beginning to do a lot of, like I mentioned last time, I'm beginning to do a lot of gameplays with my son. He's playing a lot of Roblox, a lot of funny games that me and him get in there and kind of act goofy, have fun with. And eventually at one point my daughter is going to want to do this as well. So thank you so much for watching again, and thank you so much for sticking around till the end. I truly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys take care. Happy New Year's, by the way. You guys take care. Peace out.